In 2011, Ramsgate Winery opened their doors, and if you've been to Northern California wine country, you've driven past the entrance. Do yourself a favor, don't drive past again. So Joe, finally good to meet you, and I have to confess, I am guilty of what I would imagine you hear often when people come up to you and come to this beautiful facility and say, you know what, I've driven by this 100 times and have never stopped in, and have I been making a mistake? So orient people to where we are, because it's truly special.
Yeah, we are in the southeast corner of Sonoma County. 3 different AVAs, Sonoma Coast, Carneros, and Sonoma Valley start right here on our property, so a really unique, special place.
And what drew you to want to partake in this particular opportunity?
Yeah, it now just marks a little over 5 years for me, so it feels like just a second ago. But I originally came here, it was new terroir, new area. I hadn't really worked in Carneros prior. Great team, great facility, and a great opportunity to shape the future of this brand.
And you've been in the wine industry for how long?
Going on 17 vintages.
17 vintages. And where did that love of creation for like boutique or small production wines come from?
Where did it start? That's a good question. I think I was fortunate enough to have made my way through my career working with a lot of different small brands. It's just kind of how I lucked out.
Okay.
My first introduction to wine was in New Zealand, and that was a very large brand.
Right.
But it was for a second of my career.
Okay.
But yeah, I think to me, I like to be hands-on, and that's now kind of progressed to the point where I'm also the general manager of this winery. So I like to have my fingers and toes in everything, sometimes literally.
No, it makes perfect sense. And it gives you a great deal of flexibility when you have that control. But from a particular aspect of winemaking, what do you want to have in the bottle that's imprinted from the vineyards?
That is my whole existence as a winemaker. Everything we do, we try very hard to capture terroir. And terroir is not just the place, but it's how it's farmed. It's our interpretation of that as well. So there's a lot of things we do in the winemaking to try to help express that, whether it's how we ferment or the vessels we use to ferment with. And
so given your tenure in the Valley, it, I would imagine, gives you quite a nice Rolodex, if you will, to say, okay, here's what I'm particularly looking for in the Chardonnay, and I know so-and-so of a grower who is doing it from this vineyard location, and you get to go out and develop a relationship to get that fruit? Or is it you come across something and it knocks your socks off and you're like, we have to source some fruit from this vineyard?
All of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah, I am a, what's the best way to put this? I'm always shopping.
Okay.
Whether it's the clothes I'm wearing or vineyards or coopers, I always have this philosophy of, I'm not saying no, I'm just not maybe saying yes today.
Right.
So there's vineyards that I came across prior to coming to Ramsgate that I'm now just bringing into Ramsgate, but I may have seen them 10 years ago. I'm horrible with sports. I'm horrible with baseball statistics. My friends ask me who's playing on the Giants. I have no idea. But I can remember a vineyard I saw 10 years ago, and I just didn't have a program for it. So it's something I find the next day. I've never heard of it before, and it knocks my socks off. Or like Charlie Chenoweth, a great grower in the Sonoma Coast, knew of his products, knew of the wines that he was growing. I just never had an opportunity to work with him. So this year is the first year.
Now that's actually a better skill, in my opinion, than sports statistics. So
who knows? Not according to my friends.
I haven't tasted many good sports statistics. So Ramsgate, tell me a little bit about the name.
Yeah, so it's a play on words. Carneros translates to ram.
Okay.
And we are one of the most southern wineries in Sonoma County, so we are the gateway to wine country.
And the estate itself, how large is it? And the facility here is beyond compare. It's incredible.
Yep, so we have 135 acres right here. 27 and change are under vine. So most of our property is fallow with not a lot of anticipation of planting it. So I do kind of like the natural spaces that surround us. And then of course, yeah, we have this incredible facility.
Yeah, I would encourage people to not make this same mistake.
Right.
Don't drive by, drive in.
Right, totally.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Wonderful time with Joe and team today at Ramsgate Winery, and everything they're doing is par excellence. Culinary program, numerous wine experiences, and the facility itself, you have to see this place. Come to Ramsgate Winery, you will not be disappointed, and thank you so much for all your support. Cheers.